Most of the refugees that have ended up in Uganda after the South Sudan war were lucky enough to escape the terror with their lives while in transit. When they arrived in Uganda, they were given a piece of land on which they were supposed to build and do subsistence farming. However, many wonder where refugees are buried when they die.
We have burial sites, as we have 5 zones across the settlement. We have organized different areas specifically for burials. We don't encourage refugees to bury from where they are staying. So we have organized and gazetted specific areas where refugees should be buried. A lot of support given to people who have lost their beloved ones. One is through our partners. For example, transport. If refugees die from the hospitals, the health partners, in particular, we have IRC here in BidiBidi, is responsible for transporting the dead body up to the burial site. But still, IRC provides some other necessities, like, for example, blankets for wrapping the dead body and supports on the burial sites. However, the refugees themselves participate to make sure they bury their own people.
The agreement between the refugee community and the government of Uganda is that they're supposed to be buried in gazetted areas. However, the culture of South Sudan is that loved ones should not be buried far away from their surviving families. When the refugees live in Uganda, some eventually die. A family in Zone 1 in BidiBidi settlement lost their loved one this year. That family is now headed by Christine, who is only 13 years old.
Unfortunately, in April this year, Sarah Tieno, a mother of 4, passed on. This is where she was buried, right outside the house she was staying in with her 4 children. This is one of the cases where refugees have had to bury their loved ones right in their compounds and the small pieces of land that are given to them.
Don't encourage it, because if everybody would bury at his own place, you'd find the whole area is full of graves. We would have graves everywhere, which would spoil the whole land. A refugee problem is not a permanent problem. At time X, they'll have to go back to their own country. So, and this other land is a communal land here. So we wouldn't wish to have burials in every person's home. That's why we gazetted a specific place, so that even when refugees have gone back to their home, other areas where the burials are not can be used for other further developments.
The Office of the Prime Minister allows both permanent cemeteries, usually cemented, as well as temporary ones. Olivia Komugisha, NTV News.